here in BTV Kenya. I'm your host Gagi Isaiah, together with my co-host
Odede.
Lennox. Thank you so much, dear
Yeah.
viewers, for keeping touch, for keeping tuned to BTV Kenya, and for viewing us from whichever place you are. We are grateful that you are viewing. Remember, you can follow us on YouTube, that is BTV Kenya. You can also follow us on Facebook page, that is Blackman TV Kenya. You can also follow us on TikTok and on X BTV Kenya. Remember, your comments are very vital, and we are looking forward to know where you're viewing us from and where you're getting us from, because your comments are very important to help us know where to change and how to improve the services that we are offering to you. Now, getting into what we are giving you, that is newspaper review on what is in the People Daily newspaper. Before we get into what is in the People Daily newspaper, let me give Lennox Odede opportunity to at least say hi and introduce to us what's happening, what's going on in Migori County.
Yes, hi everyone. I've been told to say hi, and I hope you are good. Yes. Kile kitu ambacho how is that our friend? Anaitwa nani? There's someone who sent us who did a comment yesterday.
Oh, Mr. Mboya Jr.
Mboya Jr.
Yes.
Mboya Jr. Good morning. How are you? So kile kitu ambacho kinafanyika katika kaunti yetu ya Migori, wiki mbili tatu na wahudumu wa lori katika maeneo ya Rongo ama ni bunge la Rongo pale, na kitu ambacho kilifanyika ni kwamba vita vile vilisababisha mmoja wa wahudumu wa lori kupata majeraha, na aliweza wahudumu wa lori kupea serikali ya kaunti ya Migori muda wa siku 14 kuhakikisha kwamba ili serikali ya kaunti ya Migori ihakikishe kwamba inawashughulikia na pia inawajengea chumba cha kujibu mashtaka pale. Na nikizungumzia chumba cha kujibu mashtaka, nazungumzia kile chumba kidogo ambapo unaingia baada ya muda mfupi, baada ya kujisaidia pale unatoka. Sasa kwa sababu kile kitu ambacho kilileta vita ama vurugu pale ilikuwa ni ukosefu ama kukosekana kwa chumba cha kujibu mashtaka katika eneo la Rongo Town pale. Na sasa jana waziri wa public service ama huduma kwa jamii na ugatuzi John Kobado, anaitwa Engineer John Kobado, aliweza kuandaa mkutano wa kipekee na wahudumu hao, na wahudumu hao waliweza kusitisha mgomo huo. Na kile kitu ambacho pia John, karibuni serikali ya kaunti ya Migori itakuwa inazindua mbinu mpya na mbinu ya kisasa ya kukusanya ushuru katika kaunti hii ya Migori. Inamaanisha kwamba kila pesa ambazo zitakuwa zinakusanywa zitakuwa zinatumwa kwa njia ya simu. Inamaanisha kwamba hakuna yeyote ambaye atakuwa anapewa kile kijikaratasi ama rishiti, kwa sababu kuna baadhi ya watu ambao wanatumia rishiti bandia ili kufanya huduma hiyo, ama kuna baadhi ya maafisa ambao wanatumia risiti bandia ili kufanya shughuli nzima ya hii ya Migori. Mengi zaidi pengine leo tutakuwa tukiangazia jinsi siku itakuwa imeisha, na pia kesho bado tutakuwa tunakupea mengi zaidi kuhusiana na mambo ambayo yanafanyika katika hii kaunti yetu ya Migori. Good.
Thank you so much for that brief on what's happening in Migori County from Lennox Odede. Now let us get straight into what is in the People Daily newspaper. And looking into the cover page of People Daily newspaper, we see one of the top story is that how digital lenders are spying on you. Now, this story will give you more into it, but remember, if you have borrowed any money through digital platform, that is on apps, you are being spied on. Now, that is what we are seeing. We are going to give that story in page 6 of the People Daily newspaper, and also another story is the return of Isaac Hassan after 8 years in the cold. You remember the Isaac Hassan, the former commissioner of IBC, after 8 years in the cold is now back in the limelight. We're also going to give you that, a brief of that, check out. And also we also have FK elections back after court left stay orders. Remember, there was a court case against the planned election via football kind of federations, but the court has said that the election should proceed. That also will give you.
I think there's a story I love there.
Yes.
Yeah. Hapo juu. Hapo juu. Hapo juu tu.
Inside the sky.
Good.
Back to climate talks. That's also what we are going to give you in a bit in the next few minutes. Now, we'll be sampling them as we go by as fast as possible. So let us get into what's happening in this page on page 6. On page 6 of the People Daily newspaper. If you have your paper, you can move with us to speak to that point on page 6. On page 6 is where we have the story about that is invasion of privacy. Invasion of privacy. How digital lenders are spying on you. Now, predatory entities accused of illegally collecting contacts and personal data of borrowers and employing rogue agents who resort to threatening Kenyans. Now, that is now Lona's fault for the collection of explanation. Story by Cynthia Atuo.
I don't think whether these people are invading the privacy, because once you are lending money from the online lenders, first of all, you have to provide your email address.
Yeah.
Another thing, kile kitu ambacho pia huwa naona wakifanya ni kwamba wanakuitisha namba za watu wawili ama watatu ambao wako karibu na wewe. Pia kile kitu ambacho huwa wanafanya pia ni kuangazia kama unaweza ukapata ule mkopo, na kama huwezi ukapata ule mkopo unaambiwa kwamba bado huwezi ukapata ule mkopo. Wakati ambapo wanaangalia kama unaweza ukapata mkopo ama la, inamaanisha kwamba bado wanaangalia wanakuchunguza zaidi, na wanaenda pale CRB pia wanakuchunguza zaidi bila wewe kujua. Alafu wanakuambia kwamba wewe hatuwezi tukakupea pesa hizi. Pia wakati ambapo unataka hizi pesa lazima upeane email address yako. Inaitwa barua pepe. Lazima upeane. Sasa mbona sasa wanasema iti hao watu they invade the privacy. I think what happens, kile kitu ambacho kinafanyika yenye ni mbaya, yenye hata mimi siwezi nikakubaliana nacho, ni kwamba wale watu wakipigia marafiki zako simu ama watu wa uko wako, the language they use is not pleasing. Ile lugha ambayo wanatumia,
like which example of
umesoma pale kuna kutukana, they abuse you, they use ambiguous words.
Now I would have asked you, but still allow me to ask you.
Just ask.
Now, what is privacy?
Privacy is personal information that you have. Yeah.
Now, if my personal information is transferred to you,
yeah,
and you now calls me to threaten me, is that not invading my privacy?
If my personal information is transferred to you without me knowing,
yes,
that is the invasion of the privacy.
That's what I'm saying.
But if my personal information is transferred to you by me, by me,
Uh-huh.
then it is no longer private, because when you are applying for a loan, you have to provide your email address, you have to provide for your number, you
Yes.
have to provide for your ID number,
Yes.
you have to provide for your date of birth and
I
all that.
understand
You
all
have to provide at least 2 contact people or 3 contact people.
Now, by the time I'm providing this, am I giving my contact details to the lender or to a third party?
To the lender.
Now, if in case I'm a defaulter,
Yeah.
if in case I'm not remitting or paying back my loan in time,
Yeah.
is it the responsibility of my lender to call me to tell me I'm in arrears or transfer my data to somebody else who in turn abuses me, uses the data that I gave to my lender, and these people purport to be what? Actually, they purport to
It is the responsibility of the lender to call you.
Yes,
Not to give your data to the third party.
who
Good.
now calls me. Now, that's what they're doing. That's what these lenders are doing.
I've never been called.
Then maybe you, for example.
So you mean, Kile, you mean they give your information to a third party,
Yes.
who in turn calls you.
And abuse you.
I thought it is the money lending companies who calls you and then gives you all sorts of abuses.
Maybe you didn't get this correct. I have an example.
Give me
an experience.
Oh.
There was a time I used to live in Nairobi and I borrowed money.
Yeah.
With
Don't mention the don't mention the name.
And after borrowing the money,
Yeah.
the truth is, I paid.
Yeah.
I paid the full money
Yeah.
as it was agreed. Actually, I haven't paid before that time.
Before they do that.
Because I knew I was going to get money. So after some time, I started receiving their calls that you have not finished paying us. And I said, what do you mean I've not finished paying you? They were giving a card. I went to their office and asked them, you are saying have not paid. Have been receiving calls, have not paid. I have cleared the payment.
You showed them the transactions.
Yeah, these are the transactions. This amount I'm supposed to be paid. So we realized that actually the lady was telling me, oh, we are very sorry about that. You see our data and all that. And after that, I told them actually, I now don't need this card because I'm done with you. I took my card and leave it at the table. They told her, please, no, you can have the card. I'm no longer interested again. I was shocked when another day somebody called me that he has been contracted by the same company that I'm owing them around 2,000 something. And the person is saying that, are you going to pay or not? You are very stupid. When you put a habisa, it was like, what are you saying? Please.
Then you are supposed to sue them.
Go back to the records. How do you sue somebody, don't you?
No, you just record the call. You're supposed to sue them.
So and it is not only me.
Yeah.
I've seen many people who have borrowed money from these lenders, these online lenders, and they are really complaining that the information are given to other people who in turn actually abuse them. And that's, we have our privacy to protect.
Yeah.
So, my dear viewers, if you're outside there, know that your data is not safe.
No, you would have sued that person.
It is not only one. These people actually, again, I also borrowed money. The terms was like, I borrow 1,500. Then with this 1,500, I'm only supposed to pay 300 on top as a profit after a week. After borrowing that, I paid the 1,500. I paid the 300. Again, they were telling me, you need to pay more 600. I asked where. The profit is this within this is your interest within this time. And I told them, my friend, I'm not going to do that. I know how to do calculations. I'm a citizen with the right senses. I'm in sound mind. So what you're telling me is, again, apart from abusing the client's privacy, they also take a lot of money from people. They take a lot of money from
What do you mean by that?
the interest they charge.
Okay, yeah.
So be very careful, beware of that. Now, on the same page, now still on the same page, that is on page 6. Now we see the return of Isaac Hassan
Is
after
it really
8 years
page
in the
6?
cold.
Page
No.
5.
Hmm?
It is in page 5.
It is in page 5.
Yeah.
Okay, the story is in page 5. Sorry for that. Now we see Hamid Isaac Hassan, former chairperson of IBC Commission, will return to public service after President William Ruto nominated him to chair the board of Independent Policy Oversight Authority. You remember the former Isaac Hassan?
Yeah.
He had been
He
accused.
presided over the 2013 general election.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and actually, there's been a lot of accusation on him, and he was accused, that is on October 2016, of having illegally or breached the code of conduct, and they brought in the ballot papers procurement. But from the story, he says that he was never contacted.
Yeah.
He was never taken to court. So we see Isaac Hassan being brought back into the public service, and is going to be there nominated as the chair of the board of Independent Policy Oversight Authority.
IPOA.
Now please grab a copy of People Daily newspaper and read that story more comprehensively. And also, let us get back to page 1. Let us get back to page 1 and see what we are having there in page 1. Like I said earlier, we'll be jumping back and forth and everywhere. Now we see unclaimed assets agencies. Agency passed on
Pressed.
pressed on missing 8.8 billion Kenyan shillings. Now, of the 11 billion, only 1.53 billion was accounted for, while 1.09 billion was remitted with its owners. A story by Mercy Mwai. I don't know whether you've heard of unclaimed financial assets.
Yeah, yeah.
What they do actually, they look at if at all you had sent someone in the bank, and by bad luck you had forgotten about the money. Like I had a friend who had he had an M-Pesa, but he lost that number, and it had taken a long time. So later, he just realized that the money was sent to his phone. So he asked, "Where's this money from?" And he was told, "Remember, this was your number during this time, but you have not used it for a long time. It happened that you had 800 shillings in that number." So they sent him the money, and they told him, "We are reaching out from Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority, and if at all you have a relative who is very wealthy and this person died, and maybe the wealth were written under your name as the next of kin, then we will reach out to you and tell you we have something here for you." And that's what the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority does.
Yeah,
Now
that is
they're
what.
saying that 8.8 billion shillings
Can't be accounted for.
are unaccounted for.
Yeah.
They're saying from the 11 billion that we have had, only 1.53 billion can be accounted for, and 1.09 billion was united with the bonds.
This is another NHIF.
Why do we call it another NHIF?
There's a time an officer in how do we call it, NHIF, used to fly from his home to office and back.
Now,
He could not tolerate the jam,
I think
he was.
I think you're not understanding this.
No, I am understanding it. Like the
This
kind.
is not NHIF. They are saying out
No,
of the money.
it can't be accounted for. Now, where is it?
What they are saying,
Inamaanisha imepotea kwa watu binafsi.
what
It
they are
has been
saying
taken
is-
by greedy people.
Now, what they are saying is that out of the money that they think is there,
Yeah.
there's some money which is missing.
Mhm.
Yes.
And how is it
And
missing?
they are saying, listen, Unclaimed Assets Agency press on missing.
Yeah, they are being pressed.
I think maybe I didn't read this well.
Pressed. Unclaimed Asset Agency pressed on missing 8.8 billion shillings. Now, Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority Acting CEO Caroline Chirchir cited an outstanding balance of 8.8 billion shillings, but was quick to point out that officials were talking to the institutions holding the money to see how it could be surrendered. Oh, now I understand.
Now you understand the part of
Yeah.
it. So, by that we see that these are some of the agencies that are doing a great job in the Republic of Kenya. Now, still on the same page, still on page 1, we see Jivanji Estate. Now, the National Bank of Kenya confirms issuing 1.9 billion loan. National Bank of Kenya has defended its decision to issue 1.9 billion loan to Jivanji Village Limited, Jabavu Village Limited, to build affordable housing unit at Jivanji Estate in Ngara, Nairobi, as told by Alvin Mwangi. Now, we did find out previously in the past few weeks that there's been wrangles in the Nairobi County government, as the Nairobi County government they were saying that the title deed belonging to that land where the affordable housing is supposed to be constructed was with Mike Sonko, the former Nairobi governor. But he said that that title deed was given to National Bank, who in turn gave loan to them, to Nairobi County government for the construction of the affordable housing units. Now we see the National Bank is coming out to defend itself that it gave out 1.9 billion to Jabavu Village Limited for building of affordable housing in Jivanji Estate in Ngara. Now that's a story by Alvin Wangi. Please grab a copy and read more extensively. Now, as we move, SHA acting CEO Elijah Washira sent packing. Elijah Washira, the acting chief executive officer, Social Health Authority SHA, has been sent home on compulsory leave. Now, Robert Ingasira, the current financial director SHA, has been appointed acting CEO with immediate effect. Now we see, don't know why he has been fired. That, my dear viewers, we urge that you grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper and read much of that story, more comprehensive, baseless. Kome asserts now, the Chief Justice, who was being interviewed by the BBC, confirmed and said that the allegations that are being heaped on the judiciary and on her are lying. She's saying she has served in the judiciary, in the corridors of justice for over 20 years, and she has never been involved in any bribery.
Yeah.
And if at all somebody had approached her with bribe, the person will be arrested immediately. Now she says that those corruption allegations against the judiciary is baseless and they have no grounds. That's what she says. And also we see on the same page, page 3, Lee Mutoga launched a book yesterday. Let's Jealousy Guard Our Democracy.
Yes.
Yes. And Lee Mutoga now says that the people of Kenya should come out and reject the idea of increasing presidential term limit.
But you know, I have a very big problem with the presidential term limit, Mr. Who are you?
I am
Isaiah Gagi. I'm sorry for that. Anyway, that was on a light note.
I understand.
Yeah. You know, IEBC should be in place 3 years before the general election. That's what the constitution says, if I am not wrong. And if I am wrong, you can correct me. Na kile kitu ambacho kinafanyika sasa hivi, tumebakisha miaka mingapi na tuende uchaguzi?
Well, you have a year. We call it a year. We only have 2026.
Yeah, we only have 2025 and 2026.
That's 2 years.
Yes.
But I
And
said 1 year because we only have next year. This one is ending.
Yeah, so you can imagine it is less than 3 years because we have, let's say, just 2 years and some months because the election is supposed to be on around August. Yes, it means that it is 2 years, some 8 months, right? Something like that. It means that already we are breaching the constitution of Kenya because right now, even if they decide that we need to have a functioning IEBC, already we have less than 3 years to the next general election. So I don't know, we should have an expert on this, by the way. We should have a law expert on this to at least explain to us and to the viewers what should happen or what might happen if in any case that the IEBC commission is put in place next year, because I'm very sure that the people like Okia Omutata won't hesitate to run to court, to move to court, an orthodox way.
But you see, it can't really happen. I know the IBC is currently facing a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
Now, we have seen different areas which are the by-elections have not been conducted.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because they don't meet the threshold. And I don't know what they are putting in place. But remember, sometimes
yeah, even right now, there should be a by-election at Ugunja, where Wandai comes from.
Yes. And so many other areas in
yeah,
Kenya. I think
and so many other, yeah.
But you see, I think they sought the judiciary directives on that matter.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope very soon they are going to give, not we, because I'm not part of them.
Yeah, yeah. The judiciary is going to give
directives on how to go about it.
Yeah.
Because already this is late. So, but I don't think that is in relation with the pushing or the presidential term limit.
No, I just feel
it might.
I just feel
not.
yeah, it might.
In either way, I know the president will constitute IBC.
You know very well that you'll have to go back to the Wananchi, and then someone like there's an MP somewhere, I think in Nyeri County, who went back to the ground, and the ground was so hostile.
Yeah. As much as the ground was so hostile, the ground was got a platform.
Yeah. So let's say, but 50% or 40% of the people were hostile, because now you never. There are people who are peaceful in nature. Yeah, there are some people who are just peaceful in nature. They love peace in as much as they don't feel you did something good, they feel you did something bad, but they choose peace, So they will just give you that platform. But deep down their mind, I can't read your mind. You only know. Right now, people just know that ground nimbaya. Ground ratch in my mother tongue, where I come from, in Tien Palago. So maybe an MP will just sit down then say, erinikula hizi saba niende.
I don't think that will work because
but let's just hope for the best from the judiciary, because even me myself, I can't stand bad leadership for the next 4 years. Yeah, I can't.
Okay. Now let us move to page 4, where MPs present fresh demands as revenue impasse persists. Now the legislators told their counterparts from the Senate to engage governors to withdraw 10.5 billion RLNF court case. Now remember, there has been wrangles between the two houses, the Parliament and the Senate.
Yeah.
And the wrangle has been that the county government was supposed to receive 4 billion Kenyan shillings.
Yeah.
But it was slashed to 380. I mean, the Senate is insisting that allocation should be maintained at the position where it was, that is 400 billion Kenyan shillings. While the parliament was saying, the parliamentarians are saying that the slash, it's okay. Now they should just do what? They should just take that, because the reason for the slashing is because according to financial, we call the 2024-2025 finance bill, if you should have gone through, then you would have received the money. But since it has not gone through, and areas where the government will collect the revenue has been cut short, now the president slashed that. Now, the commission, the government, the Senate appointed some of their leaders and some of the representatives, and the House, the Parliament also, and they came, they sat together, but there was no agreement. Now, the Parliament is now saying, remember, the county government had gone, the county governments in collective, they had gone to the court and they put a charge against the slashing of 10 billion.
Yeah.
Now, the MPs are now saying, now let them go back to court and we withdraw the charge against the government for slashing out of the 10 billion, so that this issue can be well stipulated, so that we can find a ground of talking. As we speak now, this thing is in court.
Yeah.
So that is what is there. Please involved in any dubious and corruption ways of collecting money from other people. Now that's what
Fungua Kiboko. Yeah. There's a story I love down there. Then we move to the pictorials. Yeah. Hapo chini tu.
Yes. What does it say?
Homa Bay Speaker Gaya resigns amid censor motion. I loved what this guy did, by the way. I really loved what he did. You know, the speaker somewhere who was to be impeached, and then people went to him and told him, you know what, these MCs are impeaching you, and then he was saying that, you know what, Raila Odinga knows me more than my mother. These people can't impeach me. I don't want to mention the speaker, but in a twinkle of an eye, the speaker was impeached. Once you are impeached, it means that you can never hold any office, be it elective office, be it which kind of office, because now your level of integrity is questionable. But whatever this speaker did, because he realized that he only had one person who was on his side, and he decided to go, it means that this person is still eligible to go back to the people to elect him or to hold any political office, because he is now eligible. But I really loved what he did. You just give yourself a respect. He respected himself, and now I respect him.
Not unlike your friend.
Yeah, unlike my friend. Yeah, unlike my friend, you move from this house to this house to this house, and yeah, if someone doesn't want you, by the way, kuna methali ilikuwa inasema akufukuzae akwambii toka. And we saw number one was just silent about the issue. He was, number one was not speaking about the issue of impeaching number two. He was just there. The very day he spoke was on Mashuja's celebration in Mombasa, of which he spoke in parable again.
Please grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper and read much of that story.
Yeah.
Or where Homa Bay Speaker, Homa Bay County Assembly Speaker, resigned before his impeachment.
Yes.
You have that story in page 4. Now on page 5, we also have a story where police officers get refresher training. Now the story is that Tourism Police Unit is conducting a 4-day intensive training program to sharpen its officers' skills in push to enhance safety in Kenya Coast region ahead of December festival holidays.
Good. Yeah, because most of the time crime rates huwa zinapanda sana wakati wa likizo. Yes, so let's move to quote of the day.
Quote of the day, that's we are moving to page 10. Those are the pages we have financial reports of Equity Bank.
Yeah.
So you can grab a copy. Now we move to people editorials. Now, quote of the day from Martha Kome. I'm going to take on that. Then you, today you're taking on the
I love white
cartoon
people.
of the day.
Cartoon, oh.
Yes. Now, this is what Chief Justice Martha Koome said, in all these 22 years I've been a judge and Chief Justice, nobody has ever approached me with a bribe. I would have them arrested. That is from her. And we also have another one from, that is from Nairobi Planning Committee Chairman Alvin Orlando Palapala, says, the county will not allow public property, Jivanji housing project, to be illegally transferred for the benefit of few individuals.
Good.
And we also have now unclaimed UN Climate Change Convention official Simeon Tate says, enabling every country to take strong climate action is 100% in all countries' interest, even the largest and wealthiest, because the climate crisis is fast becoming an economy killer.
Yes, I can see the cartoon of the day. Hapo tuko na punda. Punda anavuta mkokoteni, na huu mkokoteni ambao punda anavuta, kuna jamaa hapo ambaye ako na tumbo kubwa. So punda mgongoni ameandikiwa development, yani maendeleo. Alafu huyu jamaa mwenye amekaa kwenye mkokoteni wa punda, tumbo lake limeandikwa 2027 politics. So punda ameinuliwa juu, mzigo umemshinda. Punda amechoka, mzigo umemshinda kuvuta, mzigo umembeba juu, na mzigo huu ni 2027 politics. So what is happening is 2027 politics is given more priorities by our politicians than the development. And that's the song they are singing, because we can even see singing hizo, how do we call the melodies, hizo nini za kuimba, musical notes. Yes, so that is it.
Also take on the thought of the day.
He too serves a certain purpose who only stands and cheers. I don't know this he, but the quote is by Henry Adams. Yeah.
What does it say? But I read it very.
He too serves a certain purpose who only stands and cheers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of the interest of time, let us move very quick to matters of sports. I don't know what is in the sports, but let us give you what is in the sports. Now, we see hardship Kenyan boxer undergo to make impact. Now, 4-time African champion and Olympian Rayton Okwiri opens up on battle inside and outside ring for local pugilists.
Yeah, you will read about it.
You can read that.
Yeah.
That boxing champion is having a story there worth reading. And also we say,
don't count on us yet. Don't count us out yet. Yeah.
Harambee Stars midfielder Akumu rallies the nations as team prepares for defensive qualifiers in a make or break back-to-back African Cup of Nations 2025 qualifier.
Yes.
Don't count out yet. Now the Harambee Stars are saying we are still in this. Don't say we are quitting.
Sorry about that.
We are still moving on.
Yeah.
That's a story which is, I believe, is very important. Please grab a copy and read. Now, FKF elections back on track.
Yeah.
That's part of the story that we give. Kitui Court left state orders to allow football county polls to proceed. Remember, it was taken to court to stop the county election.
The county, yeah.
But now the court says no, this has to continue.
Yeah.
That story is there. It is there in page 37. We have Kenyan host historic first mountain running world ranking events
In Vasha.
Now you can also grab there. You can see two ways there. You can see two ways there. Jackson two ways there to give you more of that. And also we see This man David.
Court. Ama ni kute. Ama ni kote.
Meet the referee under investigation for Liverpool video outburst.
Yeah. If you are love.
Also, even exercise as gender.
Yeah, we can see two women there. They're trying to exercise. Or another one is a bit old. The other one, the children are on her back.
Lights, cameras, action.
Yeah.
Best games to watch during November break, including big games for England and Brazil. As the English Premier League takes break.
Yeah, there's an international break. We call it international break.
Yes.
Yeah, and producer Legrand was telling me that he's very happy that Arsenal began its first leg matches against the big four away. So the big four will be traveling to Emirates in second leg. The big four, he's talking about Chelsea, he's talking about Manchester City, he's talking about Liverpool, and he's talking about Manchester United.
And now my question is,
Yeah.
have they played Manchester United?
But they have not, but they are going to play Manchester United away, meaning in Old Trafford. They will be playing Manchester United in Old Trafford. So he's very happy that second leg, Arsenal will be playing the big four
Who
at home.
tells you that if you don't beat me now,
Yeah,
beat
I asked him that now, what are you going to do at Emirates that you did not do at Etihad, Old Trafford, Anfield, and Stamford Bridge? He kept quiet.
Anyway, we hope for the best for
Yeah.
the team is going to do massive.
Yeah, when it comes to second leg.
It has been very unfortunate.
And he gave me an example of Nottingham Forest. Yeah. Sometimes back. And right now, around position 7, 8, I'm not sure, but somewhere there.
But which position was Arsenal?
Number 1.
As at now,
4.
things change. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. But
Yes.
when you're up or down, the lightness.
Yeah, we have to move.
That brings us to the end of today's morning newspaper review. Please grab a copy of People Daily Newspaper and read more for yourself. Remember, People Daily Newspaper is up free. There is a lot in that newspaper. And also remember, BTV is an opportunity for information services done by Blackman Digitech Graphics. Blackman Digitech Graphics offer services such as printing, general printing, large format printing, printing of any sort you need. Please reach out to Blackman Graphics, Digitech Graphics. Also, we offer branding, that is beginning from t-shirt branding, all branding of any items, graphics, Digitech Graphics. Also, we also offer at Blackman Digitech Graphics. We also offer video coverage, that is we do live coverage. If you have an event and you need live coverage, we are there for you. We also do video and outdoor video studio photography. We also do advertising. If you need advertising, maybe you have a product you want to be advertised, please reach out to us so that we can give you more details so that you can be sorted out. During this festive season, please do not be left out. Let us do good. Like Blackman Digitech Graphics. To wind up.
See you tomorrow. Amodede.